Yo, this Minister Jordan coming back at you today to talk to you about seeking after God. And I'm coming from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, which states, "Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open." In the first video, I discussed the asking aspect, and just to bag up just a little bit, I discussed basically 6 areas in which your question or your answer will fall up under, and it's 6 mind frames or 6 attitudes that you will have in which you will ask God. And the reason that's important to know, because based on how you ask God determines how you seek after God. And a lot of times we don't understand it. Like, if you ask out of curiosity, you're not going to give a full effort because you don't value it wholeheartedly. Versus if you ask out of sincerity, that means you're willing to do whatever it takes to receive the things that you have prayed for or that you have asked God for. So you have to understand how you ask God determines how you seek after God. So today I'm going to discuss how to seek after God. Today, in seeking after God, there are only 4 ways or 4 reasons why you seek after anything. And the first area or the first category is based off the things that you believe. And I'm going to give you this example. If you believe if you do good and good gonna follow you, or you believe, some people call it karma. If you see somebody drop their money and you pick it up and you give it back to them, you did it based off the belief that if you drop your money or if you drop your wallet, guess what? Somebody will see it and return it back to you. Those are things based off solely off your belief. So you have to understand one aspect of seeking is based off what you believe in. Now the second aspect is love and affection. And when you seek out the love and affection, it's not necessarily the sexual love. You can seek for agape love. You can seek for emotional love. You can seek for social love. You can seek for physical love. And it's not necessarily sexual. You can just be seeking for a hug. So you have to understand, when you're seeking for love, you have to understand the different areas and the different reasons and ways that you're seeking for love. Now, the third area is this: you seek for law and structure. And a lot of times we need to seek for law and structure because nobody likes failing. Nobody likes continuously falling. That's what law and structure does, because it builds you up, it fortifies you, it shows you how to do things in the right mannerism. So when we seek out the law and structure, we're seeking so we won't fall, so we won't be taken advantage of, so we won't fail at the things that we should succeed in. So that's the third area, is we seek out the law and structure. Now the fourth area is this: we seek out the things that we desire in our heart, such as love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. A lot of times those are things really that when we seek after, it's just like you make a mistake on your job. You don't want your boss to chew you out. You want your boss to come to you with a soft and a gentle answer and say, "Hey, it's okay. Get your head back together and get back into it. I have faith in you. I'm not going to write you up. I'm not going to chew you out. I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm not going to call you slow." Everybody makes mistakes. So those are things that you seek out of, and it's not necessarily tangible. Those are things that you desire in your heart to help bring peace in the situation, to help calm your nerves, to help show you how much love and appreciation somebody has for you. So those are the 4 areas in which everybody seek out of. Now, this is the thing that gets people. It's 4 areas, it's 4 things that you have to do to understand, which guarantees how you find the things that you seek out of. And a lot of times people don't put forth, or people don't acknowledge these things that you must do in order to find the things that you seek out of. The first area is this: you have to make an honest or sincere attempt. That means you have to give 100%. A lot of times half-stepping is going to get you messed up. Half-stepping is going to cause you to fall. Half-stepping is going to cause you to have a lack of understanding. Half-stepping is going to cause you to be lackadaisical when you need to be serious. So you have to realize, when God asks you to give 100%, you need to understand why he asked you to give 100%. Because in giving 100%, you're going to gain a full understanding of how to be a good steward of your blessing. You're going to understand how to maintain your blessing. You're going to understand how to receive your blessing. You're going to understand how to enjoy your blessing. So giving 100% guarantees that you understand how to be a good steward over the things that you receive, and you know how to value those things because you have worked for it. Because a lot of times the things that we don't work for, we don't value. But when we had to work and we had to go out there and slave and sweat, guess what? We value those things wholeheartedly because now we had to give 100% effort. So the first area or the first aspect or the first thing that you must do is give 100%. The second aspect is this: you have to go about doing things in the right way or have the right structure about doing it. A lot of times that's what gets us messed up because we want to put the cart before the horse, and it doesn't work like that. And I'm gonna be more specific. It's just like dating. Everybody chases a physical attraction and don't realize there still has to be a spiritual attraction. There still has to be an emotional attraction. And a lot of times they go physical because they look at what they like, then they see they have something in common, see they have an emotional part, and then last they say, oh, what church you go to? And that's completely wrong. Because you have to understand that the spiritual part comes first, because that will save you from all the headaches, all the mishaps, I thought he really loved me. Because God would simply say, hey, look at how serious they are and look how serious you are. Look and see if you're even in yoke. Look and see if y'all have the same desires at heart. Look and see if y'all have the same value, same morals. So a lot of times when we're going about doing things in the right structure, it's not the most popular or it's not the most convenient way, but at the end of the day, it gives you the best results because it teaches you everything that you need to know in order to maintain, in order to understand, in order to have wisdom about your blessing. Now, the third aspect is this: is yeah, you have to give 100%. Yeah, you have to do things in the right structure. But the third aspect is this: is you have to know exactly what you're looking for. A lot of times, that's what tires us out when we're seeking after God, because we don't know specifically what we're looking for. And I'm going to be more specific because I hear people say, Lord, I want a husband. Lord, I want a wife. And when God give you that and it's not exactly what you want, you're mad at God. And that's not so, because God is going to say, hey, you asked for a wife. Anybody can be your wife. But everybody is not the wife that I did purpose for you. So when you know how to ask God, your answer should be, or your question to God should be, God, prepare me for the wife or the husband that you have for me, because that is a lot more specific versus, Lord, give me a wife. Lord, give me a husband. And a lot of times that's what happens. God, prepare me to be a husband. Okay, preparing you to be a husband is different from preparing you to be the husband that you want me to be for the wife you have prepared for me. That is totally different. So you have to understand these specifics in what you're looking for. A lot of times, that's what gets us, because God can be showing us grace, or God can be giving us grace in the season, giving us grace in our season to seek after, or giving us grace in the season to search. And God is saying, hey, know exactly what you want. Know exactly what you want. Know exactly what you want. That's not it. That's not it. Instead of heeded to warning, you taking it as, oh, it's a failure, or they don't like me. It's not that they don't like you. That was never purpose for you. So you have to understand the difference is when God say, hey, know exactly what you want. That's what he means. Know exactly what you want, because a lot of times that's what hinders us. That's what deteriorates us the most. One date, one relationship go bad. 2 relationships go bad. 3 relationships go bad. Now you're tired and exhausted. Now you just say, I don't care. Lord, I just want to be by myself now, because you don't know specifically what you're looking for. You have to know these specifics and exactly what you're looking for when you're asking God. That way it cuts down on the time. It cuts down on the time receiving your blessing. It cuts down on the time searching for your blessing. So you have to understand the specific aspect of, hey, let me know exactly what it is that I'm looking for. Now, we made an honest or sincere attempt. We went about doing it the right way. And now we got to know exactly what we're looking for. Now, this is the last aspect of, or this is the last thing you have to do in order to find the things that you're looking for. Because me personally, this is probably the most important part, because a lot of times it gets overlooked because of the searching aspect, because of the seeking aspect, because of the structural aspect. And a lot of times we have to believe, and we have to believe wholeheartedly that we're going to find whatever it is that we prayed for, that we're seeking after. Because a lot of times when we looking for things, or we searching after things, it's just like, and I'm gonna stay on the topic of dating. It's just like when the average person date, they bring so much doubt and so much so much hindrance with it because you constantly wanted to say, do this person really like me? Is this person going to accept me? When I have a child, is this man going to accept my child? Versus understanding like, hey, God, I believe you. I pray to you and say, hey, God, send me a husband that you have for me. Not a husband, but send me the husband that you have for me. So if you believe God wholeheartedly for that, guess what? When you meet him, yes, he's going to accept your child if you have a child. Or if you have kids, yeah, he's going to accept those. Yeah, he's going to accept you wholeheartedly. Why? Because those are things that you pray for. Those are things that you ask God for. So you have to understand that when you're seeking after God and when you're praying and when God is telling you to exercise your faith, guess what? A lot of times God going to put men in your face or he's going to put women in your face just to see if that's what you really want. He's going to see if you really know what you want. Then if it's what you want, he's going to say, hey, do you really believe that I can give you the relationship that you want? Do you really believe that, hey, this is the man for you? Because now God is going to press you and he's going to say, hey, how much faith do you have to be married? When do you want to be married? Come on. Because a lot of times, be honest with yourself. Yeah, you ask God, but is your faith there wholeheartedly so you can receive the blessing of God? If not, faith is not the problem. God don't move in doubt. So when you recognize that you have doubt, guess what? Acknowledge the doubt. Say, God, look, I really like him. God, I really like her. I have doubts about it. I've been hurt 3-4 times. I don't want to be hurt anymore. That's the doubt. So God then returns, works on your doubt. He then returns, works on your hurt. He then returns, works on your insecurity. So now he's building you up. So now as that man or that woman comes along, guess what? Now you believe wholeheartedly. Now you're going about doing things the right way. Now you're giving a honest or sincere tip and you know exactly what you're looking for. So those are things really that you have to understand when you seek after God. You have to do those 4 things in order to guarantee that you find the things that you seek after when you're seeking after God. And I'm going to make another personal note. And I'm going to tell you something else that hinders us. A lot of times we're not honest with ourselves. And that is the biggest hindrance that I see in a lot of relationships, because at the end of the day, if you really like somebody, tell them. If a person don't like you for you, guess what? You haven't lost them. They have lost you. So don't feel bad about it. So you have to understand, when you honest about yourself, guess what? It allows you to be yourself. It allows you to receive love. It allows you to receive all the things that you're seeking after because you're completely honest with yourself. A lot of times when we go into these relationships and we go into asking, do he really like me? Hey, do you like yourself first is one question. Because if you don't like yourself, how can somebody else like you? 2 is, if you do like yourself, hey, trust and know that God is going to give you somebody that like you. The good and the bad. You could tell them something, they're going to embrace you and give you a hug because they're going to want to fix all the hurt and all the pain in your life. So you have to understand, be honest with yourself. And that's what's going to help you when you seek, because when you go into situations, be honest. That's what helps me out a lot. When I look at the situation, honestly, I know what I'll do in this situation. So it's best I not do that, or it's best that I govern myself a certain way so I won't make crucial mistakes. Because at the end of the day, those are things that help you in God. Those are things that help you with yourself. And a lot of times when God tests you, when he say, I try to reign in your heart, he's trying your integrity in your heart because he knows you. He's showing you about yourself so you won't get caught up in situations. He's showing you when you're seeking after a man or when you're seeking after a woman, not to put yourself out there because you're searching for love just that hard. And you have to recognize that, hey, they're not searching for love like that. So instead of going head over heels, you have to understand, let me pump my brakes. Let me analyze. Let me understand. And that's part of being honest with yourself. Because honestly, when you're dating, when you ask, and I'm just sticking on the dating subject, I'm having a general topic about dating and different areas about dating. But when you're dating, you can ask a question, hey, how serious are you about dating? How serious are you about getting married? When they get to I'm not ready right now, guess what? You already got your answer. If you're ready to be married and they not, if you want to wait on them, be my guest. But at the end of the day, understand the aspect of what you're getting into and understand the aspect of what the person is really telling you. Because being honest with yourself, don't cheat yourself. I'm gonna say it again. Don't cheat yourself. Be honest with yourself. And those are things that God teach you when you seeking after God. That's why God tells you to make an honest or sincere attempt. Why? Because when you're making a sincere attempt, if you giving 100%, 10 times out of 10, if you giving 100%, you know when somebody else beside you is not giving 100% because you can feel it. Because you know you're doing everything you can to do and receive and get the things that you want. So when people are half stepping around you, you know that. That's what God said, do about it in the right way. Because if you go about doing it the right way, guess what? You don't want people trying to get over you because you know how they shortcut you. And God don't cheat himself. And you shouldn't cheat yourself. So at the end of the day, when you go about doing things the right way, guess what? You already know he's trying to get over. Well, we just started dating. Well, why you got to spend the night the first week? Well, you want something else. But that's not what I'm looking for. Don't cheat the process. Because if he's really into you or she's really into you, spending the night is not an issue. Buying me something is not an issue, but you have to understand the right structure of setting the foundation of your relationship. That's why when you know exactly what you're looking for in a relationship, that's why it's easy to say, hey, I'm looking for this type of man. I'm looking for this type of woman. Hey, I'm not looking for a pastor of a church, but I'm looking for a spiritual man to pray for me when I go to work. I'm looking for a spiritual man to pray for me when I'm going to the grocery store. I'm looking for a spiritual woman to pray for me when I'm at work. I'm looking for a spiritual woman to pray for me when I'm out playing basketball with my friends. I'm looking for a spiritual woman to pray for me just in general, just to say, have a great day at work. Have a great day out with your friends. Have a great day out with your family. So you have to understand the difference in what you're looking for and how you're looking for it. You have to understand the difference in, hey, am I serious? How serious am I? Because we can question the other person, but do we really question ourselves? And that's why God puts us in situations to see how sincere we are in seeking after him. The last but not least is this, hey, when you go about doing things the right way, or like I say, when you wholeheartedly believe, all those other things fall into place. Why? Because when you 100% believe, that means you 100% know. You're 100% persuaded. You're 100% sold on the things that you seek after, the things that you desire, the things that you pray. So it makes it easier when you're seeking after God to know the things that you're seeking after. It makes it easy. Tell me what you think. Tell me your likes. Subscribe. I'll holler at you next week. Later.